Hey, welcome to Playing for Second. I'm Josh. With me, as always, is Brian.
Hello.
And, of course, Tim.
Hey, folks.
So, Brian and Tim have finally got me to make a top 10 list.
We did it.
I don't like making top 10 lists. I don't like ranking games. I don't even like choosing games to play most of the time. But here we are. We have written down our top 10 games. We've also gone ahead and taken guesses at what might be on each other's lists, and we have hidden them in these beautiful little manila folders. So we're going to be in and out of here, listing our games, talking about them a little bit, and then seeing if there's any guesses that we got correct and what kind of crossovers we might have on our lists. Tim lately has decided that he doesn't like games.
Not true. Not true.
So we'll see where that goes.
We should also point out that we do plan on doing a solo list in the future and a two-player, not two-player only games, but games we enjoy at two-player. So this is really for multiplayer, 3 or more players is really what this list is. So.
Yeah.
Very good. With that, Brian, you want to kick us off?
Sure. So my number 10 is Robinson Crusoe. So this is a survival game where you are stranded on a desert island, like Robinson Crusoe. And if you have the newest scenario book, there are, I don't know how many scenarios,
There's a lot.
40 or 50 scenarios.
Yeah,
there are
lot.
some repeats. If you just have base game, there's still 8 or 9, I think, with a couple you can even download for free. But effectively, yeah, you're just working cooperatively to try to complete whatever the scenario is to make it off of the island of Robinson Crusoe. This is one the 3 of us have played together. And up until recently, I thought all 3 of us enjoyed it. So,
I enjoy it.
Who doesn't enjoy it?
Good.
I do. I like it so much that I bought Robinson Crusoe in space, which is unsettled.
It's not. It's not. They're completely different games.
I mean, other than being the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're exactly the same.
I did have Robinson Crusoe on my list for you.
I'm so predictable.
So
I had it at number 6.
I didn't put them in order.
No.
I happened to.
Okay, well,
That was the one. So.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good
yeah, I enjoy
Yeah.
that one.
Good choice.
I need to play a lot of content on that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and got to avoid the cannibals.
yeah,
So.
yeah. It's good life advice.
And we just talked about it in the last episode, but that's one where the setup can bite
Setup,
you a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, it's one I typically like to set up and play multiple times.
Yep.
Just to kind of make it worth it. So,
Cool.
Especially if you die in 10 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
like we have.
yeah.
The cannibals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before you completely understand what the scenario is. Like, oh, okay, yeah, no, we definitely should have not done what we did. So, yeah, it's a good one.
Cool.
Josh, how about you? What is your number 10?
My number 10. So the way I approach this,
Already.
Okay, all right.
because there's going to be some games on here that you probably don't expect to show up on this list. Number 10 is probably one of them.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
I went through one of the reasons I don't like ranking games is because I don't feel I've played enough games enough times. Like I just don't think the volume of plays is there to really feel comfortable ranking a game. So I don't rank games, but
So much preamble for this.
Like triple digits?
Just like-
Triple digits before you're comfortable committing to
Yeah.
saying I like it?
anywho,
We've tried to tell him you need to play 10 games once to make a top 10, but he doesn't listen to us.
anyway, so some of these might be surprising for some of
Okay.
you. My number 10
I'm already shocked.
is Valeria Card Kingdoms.
I had that on my list for you.
Okay, so I guess not so surprising. So Valeria Card Kingdoms, tableau builder. If you're familiar with Machikoro, it's very similar. You roll the dice, you get whatever's on your cards. Everybody at the table also get the resources that are on their cards. You are slaying monsters. You are building domain cards, basically buildings in your town. You're recruiting citizens into your tableau, and you're trying to score as many points with your Duke as you can by the end of the game. So it's one of those family weight games. I enjoyed it a lot. Brian enjoys it a lot. Tim tolerates it from time to time.
Do I, though?
Tim tolerated it
I
once.
think I've only played it a couple times.
Yeah.
I did not have that on my list for you.
Okay.
I meant in that, but now as soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's one
that was a mess. Yeah.
It's not my favorite game ever, but it's one that I will always agree to play. I always will recommend it if it's in a situation that makes sense for it. So yeah, definitely a fun one.
It's a filler weight, but it's not a filler box size.
Yep.
But for me, it's a really good filler game, and it's a filler weight. It's just it does have some setup because it's effectively.
I was gonna say
deck
this one
builder.
was on my short list for that for the tough setup because it's you're pulling out cards for every number and then
yeah.
But I enjoy it. So number 10.
Number 10. All right, Tim. over under on it, the title having 75 characters in it. What do you think?
Number 10. Food chain magnate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Had it.
I did not. I didn't think you liked games anymore. Wow.
Why?
Okay.
Bull. You didn't have that?
No.
For me?
No.
With all we've talked about it and how I say
Yeah.
No.
I like that style again. I was surprised that one was as low as it was because actually I made this list multiple times. That was when it ranged from 6 to 10. It bounced
Probably
around,
because you don't get to play it a lot.
especially in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's
You're welcome.
Oh boy.
tears. So we've talked about it, but Splatter title, and it's about every player running a restaurant chain, basically, and so there's a little bit of spatial relations with where you place your restaurants, and then a lot of resource management. It's more your worker management. So who are you hiring onto your staff, and how are you going to manage their salaries? And it's other than that, it's a nice economic game that Fulton likes counting. So it's
So much counting.
it ends up being a winner for him. But no, I think what is it, appeal? But how close you are, and basically who ends up selling.
I forget what they call it.
I think appeals from Arkwright. That's the word that they use. But those two games have that similarity with them, with that the players being sellers of different goods. So yeah, number 10 for me, Food Chain Magnate.
All right, my number 9. I actually don't remember. I don't remember most of them.
I don't have
fantastic segue because mine is also a Splatter game. It is The Great Zimbabwe.
Great Zimbabwe.
Oh.
So The Great Zimbabwe is another Splatter. So, and by that, if you're not familiar with Splatter, effectively what that means is you're getting components that you don't think look very good, but you're paying quadruple the price for them.
Nailed it.
However, they have a lot of high quality games. So, in The Great Zimbabwe, you were effectively just trying to build up your kingdom, nation, whatever it is. And by doing that, there's different goods that you can put out. You effectively can put out a store for those goods and set your price so that everyone else can come and pay you for it. There's also a pretty cool, this was one of my auction bidding games that I actually liked because it's a very small piece of the game, but it's technically auction bidding. It was my way to get that in there because I don't like those mechanics. But this is one we also don't play very often.
Why?
Also, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Because this is more counting. Counting is a sequel. That's all it is.
Yeah.
This is the most tolerable of the Splatters, though, that I've played.
And you played those two. Yeah. So
End of list.
You're welcome.
now, granted, I haven't played a lot more than that.
Oh, I played Bus. I played Bus.
Oh yeah, no, that's not one of their the top 5 or whatever they have.
but this is Splatter.
Yeah. I think it's probably considered 6, but yeah.
So yeah, this was one I really enjoy, and yeah, hopefully they, these two still like it.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Tim supposedly still likes us.
Bid with cows.
You can play games
It
without
doesn't get
me.
No, I can't. I'm
Can
not
we
allowed.
though?
But yeah, that is my number 9.
Not on my list.
Not on
my
for
list
you.
for me. Yeah. That's one that I'm not even sure I've played it more than 5 times, but I might, like, in my mind at one point I thought, like, which one do I like more, Food Chain or Great Zimbabwe? And they've really gone back and forth. I really like those two. For me, are really fantastic. So
You're off to a great start.
Thank you.
Those 2 games
yeah.
I like.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to put games
Was it
on your
Robinson Crusoe?
games,
Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe was on the list of
games on your games to select.
I think it went
Robinson,
Those are 2 good
I
ones.
think Robinson Crusoe was, and you shot it down.
Yeah.
I did not.
No, you even said
We'd have-
Paul, and then it was
To the videotape. We gotta
okay.
we gotta see the replay.
We'll do that
I
later.
don't remember
this.
me not.
This
saying-
wasn't on
What
video.
was it against? What was it against? Do you remember?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
What I'm referring to is a week ago when you told us you didn't like any of the 16 games we put up.
Well, I forgot that one. I
Yeah.
kind of like that one.
Okay.
TKR Age of Steam. That one.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
The walk back.
backpedaling.
Yeah.
Walk back.
His
Walk
voice also
back.
just got real high. So for those of you at home, he doesn't
You
like
should go
it.
into politics. You could be a campaign manager or
Yeah,
something with all the
absolutely.
walkbacks you're doing.
Absolutely.
How about you, Josh? What is number 9?
My number 9.
Looking away.
My number 9 is Cascadia. which Tim loathes.
Yeah.
Not on my
Brian
list.
enjoys.
Not on my list for you.
Again, between this and Calico, they're both very similar puzzle-based games with the hex grids. I like this one; it's a little more open. The reason I chose this one is because I really like the drafting of it. I really like the building of your tableau or whatever your board is called. And it plays well with anybody. Anybody can play this game. Again, Brian really enjoys this one. Tim hates it. But my kids like this game. I can play this with just a huge variety of people. And it's just one of those kind of relaxing games. There's a solo mode that works really well. It plays well at basically every player count because it scales so nicely. But there's enough variability in the game that keeps it exciting every time that you're playing.
Exciting? Is that the right word?
It keeps it enjoyable every game.
Okay. All right.
So that is
Like
number
candy?
9.
So it's like enjoyable like candy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you just keep eating it
So
until it's
like no nutritional value whatsoever.
yeah.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Piece of
Ooh,
yeah,
piece of
you-
candy.
Someone had to do it.
So-
I did not have that one on my list.
I didn't have it on
I
my
told
list.
you there was going to be some weird ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I've only played it that one time.
Oh, okay.
I probably should.
It's
Give it
not a
give it
game for
another
you.
go.
Yeah, it's too late for you.
It's not a game for you.
You've decided I don't like it. Okay. I understand.
You don't like
Okay.
it.
No,
Yeah.
we're familiar with
Yeah.
you. You've decided
Yeah.
through your actions and words that you don't like it.
It's true. So that was my number 9, Cascadia.
All right.
Tim.
Number 9. We've talked about this game a couple times.
Everybody's checking their
Oh, yeah.
phones.
We've talked about this game a couple times.
Yeah.
I got this one, I bet you.
Churchill.
Got
3 player only. GMT game.
I didn't put it on there. Why didn't I put this on there?
It's like a 2-phase game on the left side of the board. And it's basically the Russian, UK, or Great Britain and USA leaders at the time, basically at the end of World War II, making deals and concessions and actually working through World War II, and then at the tail end managing the treaties. With that, on the left-hand side, it's a tug of war. Think like a 3-player version of Watergate. And then on the right-hand side, you resolve all the stuff that you did with the tug of war on the left-hand side. And I think that was, we only had one play with
Yeah,
the three
we
of
like
us.
shortened it too.
And
We
I
didn't even do a full play.
Really?
Yeah,
I
we did, it
thinking
was like
we
a
did.
short game
Okay.
or something, or you somehow
Oh,
shortened
yeah.
the game.
Well, no, there are. I think there's like a 3 session, 5 session, maybe 10 session. We haven't played it
Okay.
since then, so I haven't
Yeah,
touched
yeah.
it. And I think we probably played the
did,
shortest
yeah.
one just to kind of get it, get a feel for it. And I mean, you guys liked it so much.
Yeah.
Was it the left side, the tug of war, or the right side, the resolution of the actions? You guys probably don't remember.
Nope.
Couldn't possibly
Okay,
say it.
awesome.
I know there was a little tank on the board somewhere, a little tank chit that was moving its way down a path.
That's
all I
There
remember.
were, there are
remember
some, there are some like, I think of like larger squares, but yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Blocks. But yeah, so number 9 for me, Churchill. You said you had it?
I had it for you. Yep.
And
I did not.
no, okay.
No.
All right.
All right.
Right,
Number
number
8.
eight.
Number 8 for me is Castles of Burgundy.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Castles of Burgundy is one. This was a fun case for me of when I first got into board gaming. I found, discovered Board Game Geek and just assumed that all top 100 games you're going to like, right? So started buying a bunch of games from the top 100, and this was on an Amazon sale back then. So I don't know how many years ago. But this was one that actually worked out, and I still enjoy it. I've owned it 3 times. I had the original edition, the Aliyah Anniversary Edition,
Oh, yeah.
and now the Awaken Realms edition.
I'm surprised you've only owned it 3 times, to tell you the truth.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Well, I've also owned the card and the dice game. If
Yep,
those
there
count.
you go.
I've gotten rid of those because I still just prefer the normal one. But it's a dice drafting game. Your dice are basically all your actions. It's a pretty standard Feld point salad, and you're going to roll 2 dice, and depending on those pips, it gives you all the actions you can do, and there's ways to augment those and everything. So, this is one that I still enjoy quite a bit.
And this is one on our 3x3.
Mhm.
Yep.
So we still have 2 plays of that left, I
Still
think.
2 plays. Might get one in today. I'm not sure what our plans are after
Yeah,
this. But
Hopefully.
Yeah, that is my number 8. Did you guys have it?
I had it on my list.
Yeah.
For you. Number 5.
Okay.
That's where I had
Did you
it.
have it as well?
I did. Yeah.
I'm so predictable. It's almost like I'm consistent in the games I like. Speaking of not that, Fulton, what is your number?
Excuse me,
I'm sorry, I'm so
sir.
good at segues. God.
Wow. My number 8
Is
is Inish,
Oh yeah.
which is a drafting area control, I guess, game. But it's got a really cool balancing act because you need to be spreading out, but you also don't want to be involved in everybody's stuff because it gives them win conditions, 3 different win conditions to win the game. And you're kind of balanced on a razor's edge the whole time, trying to get those win conditions while also denying everybody else those win conditions. The card drafting is fantastic. There's 24 cards, I think, in the deck, and you're just really looking for specific things for timing purposes. What's the red deck called?
Epic
Epic
Tales?
Tales. Yep, the Epic Tales cards can really be swingy and change the game.
Yeah, because I always draw the garbage ones,
Yes.
and you guys get the awesome
Really cool
ones. I'm like,
ones.
what the?
Poor man who
This is-
blames his tools.
This is also a game that Brian does not like.
Absolutely.
However,
Wins every time.
wins every game
Like a 70%
that we
winner.
play.
I hate this
It's
game so much.
ridiculous. So yeah, and I'm very much into Irish everything basically. Yeah, but Irish mythology is really neat. So you're looking through especially the Epic Tale cards have a lot of really cool little tidbits on them, and just kind of get you into that history as well as just the art is just incredible as well. So that is my number 8 Inish.
I had it at number 9.
Yeah, I just had it.
I
said
know.
Yeah, I didn't rank mine, but
I know.
Tim, number 8 for you, sir.
Number 8.
It's the one. It looks like a snowman.
Found it.
Okay, good.
Snowman was a good clip.
Yeah.
Speaking of numbers,
Oh boy.
3. Kingdoms Redux.
Okay.
Number 8.
Yeah.
I was worried this was going to fall off your list.
Me too.
And I was going to move. So,
No, 3 Kingdoms Redux, and we've talked about it, many times. This is a worker placement / bidding, 3-player only game where you have, would you say, famous generals of the 3 kingdoms
based on actual
Wei Wuxiu
Mm-hmm.
or Wu Wei Shu, and Brian tells us all the stories about all the generals as we pick them, which is, I'm going to say, probably 25-30% of the fun.
Yeah.
Just hearing all the,
You're welcome.
because he knows
He's
all,
the brother of the cousin of the third person that ever did what? What?
Yeah.
What is
Wow.
it? The 3 brothers? Or
Three Sworn
Three
Brothers.
Sworn Brothers.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you ever
Okay.
played Dynasty Warriors growing up, the video game, or Romance of the Three Kingdoms, that's how I know the story from those video games. It's that time period of Chinese history.
I mean, you've also read a lot about it.
I
well.
bought the books. I
Yeah.
haven't read them yet.
Oh, you haven't read
No.
those? You just know all that.
I think-
from the video
Yeah.
game.
They've made like 10 of those things, and each 10 has like a sequel.
Oh my gosh,
It's-
that's hilarious. I thought you'd read those.
No, not yet.
That's great.
I think Tim started them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he let me borrow it. Like, I
Yeah.
won't let him borrow games. He let
Yeah,
me borrow a
that's
book.
true.
I
Yeah.
let people borrow my things because I left them.
But I mean, it was like page after page. It was just Guan Yu.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I did. I edited it myself.
Yeah, of course.
I love you, Guan
it was
Yu. I love
red
you,
pen.
Guan Yu.
I don't know what that was about, but
It was Guan Brian the whole time.
number 8, 3 Kingdoms Redux. I'm gonna guess we're gonna hear that game again in the future.
That's probably a pretty good guess.
Okay.
All
Brian,
right, number 7. I should have numbered these like all the way across. We're doing fine. Repeat of the same designer for me, actually. My number
Wait.
7 is from my number 8.
it's got to be Bruges.
It's Bruges.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Bruges, which and again, this is kind of like Food Chain and Great Zimbabwe in terms of going back and forth. For my favorite Feld game, Bruges is a game where multi-use cards, which we did a video on our podcast earlier about multi-use cards, and I don't remember, but then this was one we had to remove
That was
because
our
we all this was all of our
consensus
number
number
one,
one.
or at least was going to be on all of our lists, but. Every action you take, you have to get rid of a card. So you're either getting workers, or you're getting rid of the threats, or you're putting a house down, or you're putting one of the cards for its actual person and their power into one of those said houses. You're also trying to build a canal all that time. You're doing a bunch of stuff. This one's point salady, but not like 400 points point salady. You're doing pretty well if you end up like in the 50 to 70 range, Tim. And you're also playing if you are you're Fulton. But yeah, this was a really fun one, and I think it just edges out Castles of Burgundy for me, just because there's more decisions, because you're getting 5 cards, you're drawing up to 5 cards every turn, but you're playing 4 of them. And you can't afford to play all 4 for their ability. So if you want to put someone actually in a house and he costs 12 money, well, you have to get the 12 money first. You have to put a house down first. So you need to kind of you have to play 4 of the 5 cards, and you're going to want to keep the one that you really like, and you're going to want to put down. And sometimes you have a great combo in your hand, but unfortunately, it's impossible for you to actually play them both.
Yeah,
So,
every constriction feels tight.
yeah. And there's actually Castles of Burgundy. There's fun decisions in Castles of Burgundy, but with this one, every time you look at the 5, I mean, there's turns I look at the 5 cards and I'm like, oh, cool, these are all garbage. That's great, because now I can use them to get more workers or to play my canal, and I don't actually want to play them out. So that one for me is really good, just because it's a little bit more thinky in terms of what you're trying to do. So
I had this one on my list, but below Castles of Burgundy.
Yep.
I thought you would have had Castles
it's
higher.
back and forth. It's back. I've been playing Castles recently, so maybe that's why it's lower.
Oh,
I want to play Bruges or something.
Right.
I don't know,
Okay.
but I really enjoy them both. And really, I mean, the top 10 of these are all 9s, 10. They're all very, very high.
Absent Heart Fund
Sure.
or something.
Something
There's something in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Josh? Number 7.
Number 7. Again, probably one that's going to surprise both of you if I had to guess. This is Rumble Nation.
No.
No, also just very upsetting.
Rumble Nation is, again, a game we don't play probably very much, especially with these two. Tim's played it more, I think, than Brian. But
No, I played it.
Rumble Nation is a game from Japan.
Yeah.
I think.
I believe so. Yep.
And this is one that I don't think it gets a lot of fanfare, but the people that like it really like it. It is a lightning fast area control game that is very simple in nature, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on in it. There's basically 2 phases. The first phase, you're going to seed the board with your cubes, and the second phase, you're going to do all the resolution and then score points based on that. But on your turn, you literally roll 3 dice, and those dice let you allocate your soldiers out to the board, and that's it. You kind of got to live with those dice, or you get 1 reroll, and then you have to make a decision. So it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really, really fast. It's really, really tight. And if somebody does something that you weren't expecting, it can really throw a monkey wrench into your plans and totally change the outcome of the game. It's just one of those, it's relatively small box. There's a lot of game in it for how long the game lasts. Usually it's like a 20-minute game. So it was, again, just one of those that I really like for its maybe faceted use with people.
It's
like you can play it with anybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
And anywhere. It doesn't take up a lot of space on the table. So
That's good. That's a good choice. That was a sleeper. I wouldn't have thought that one. I mean, to me, it's kind of Castles of Burgundy, the area control game.
a little
Right?
bit.
You roll your dice, and then it's like, okay, what can I do with my dice?
It's very tactical dice
exactly.
using. Yeah.
Except there's a lot more interaction. There's a lot more people mess up your plans.
Yeah.
Sometimes on purpose, and sometimes by oopsie.
Yep.
Also the samurai cards or whatever they are, the daimyo
Use it or lose it.
cards.
Yep.
Yeah. The kind of little rule breakers, just enough to throw a little twist in the game. So no, that's good. That's a good one. What was that, number 7?
That was number 7.
You have it on your list?
No.
What?
I didn't think you would.
I had forgotten about that one
I
intentionally.
did too.
Read that from my mind.
Boy. All right, Tim, number 7.
Number 7. This is another 3-player only game.
I don't have this one probably.
I might.
I got to look at the title.
No, I definitely don't
That's a
have
hint.
a specific 3-player one.
Triumph and Tragedy, European Balance of Power, 1936 to 1945.
I mean, I
words.
just called it Triumph and Tragedy.
But yeah, this is another one, 3-player only. There is a little bit of a Euro resource management in the game. It also has a block war game feel. You guys familiar with block war games?
Yep.
where you have the blocks standing up
Yeah.
and you see your
I'm
side,
familiar
but
with
the other
them.
people don't.
I don't play them.
Okay, okay,
but,
all right. I wasn't sure.
Sekigahara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sekigahara. Yeah. That's a good example. What 2-player, right, for
Mhm.
that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and this is one I only have one really full play of this, but loved the entire time.
See,
It
that's
also
why-
wasn't a short play.
That's why I didn't have those kind of games on here, because I knew you hadn't played them a lot.
Yeah.
And when I was making my list, I'm like, yeah, I think maybe we should put games we played more. But that's in my mind.
And
That's in my mind.
I have played. I just haven't played full games.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that one time where it was like a dedicated. Okay, yeah, this is what we're doing for the day. But it was glorious. It
Yeah,
was a
and
great
see,
day.
and that's the problem.
It was a great day.
You can't play that's it's like TI4.
Yeah.
You can't play that one. You know, I'm sure there probably are people who do play it once a month.
Yeah.
But that's a maybe once a year thing, and that's what you're doing that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you and I aren't going to do that.
I don't like doing that.
Why not? Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, number 7, Triumph and Tragedy.
Say the whole name.
look
European
it up.
balance,
Don't look
power,
at it.
number.
Nailed it.
3745? 3745? 3645. It was close.
That was pretty
close.
good. That was pretty good.
Brian, what do you got?
All right, my number 6 is Spirit Island.
I think I had that one.
Oh, let me take a look. Oh,
I
number
didn't
6?
have that on the list.
I had it number 3. I thought that was
Okay.
going to be super
Okay.
high.
Why didn't I have that on my list for you?
Loser.
I did so
I don't know. So, Spirit Island is a game where you play the spirits on an island,
What?
and you are trying to fight back effectively people who are trying to build up that island. So, it's a very unique theme. It's some similar mechanics to like a little pandemic-y in there, in that things can kind of overflow and go to other areas. It plays well at all. Well, it plays well 1 to 3, I would say.
Yeah.
I would play it at 4. It would just be long.
A lot of chaos, I think. at
Yeah.
4 too.
But it's fun multiplayer because every spirit is completely different, and how they work together and the cards you're getting adding to your hand and everything really makes it pretty fun. So this is one that I think the 3 of us, I think, have played it maybe once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it was very interesting because Tim, I felt like, really liked it at the start of the game, and Fulton hated it at the
Yeah,
start.
didn't
of
want
the
to
game.
play it.
And by the end of the game, it was the exact opposite.
Yep.
Tim had kind of fell off on it, but Fulton was like, okay, that was
And then
interesting.
we played it several times.
And you
since
and I
then
played it since
together.
then.
Yeah.
We also, I think Callum has joined us one time with another 3-player game. So it does take longer if you're doing 3. And I know I've heard of people playing it solo with 4 spirits, and that just,
Wow.
no thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a really it's one where it's again cooperative. I really like cooperative. I don't exclusively like cooperative. I do like a lot of Euros and
I like
things
a lot
as
of
well.
co-op,
But
too.
this is one where it's as thingy as some heavy Euros that I've played, with all the options and trying to stop these people from ravaging and ruining the island and things like that. So
The other thing too is they do a good job of scaling the difficulty if you want.
Mhm.
There's so many options of things you could add in to make the game more challenging.
and we really haven't done much.
No,
of that.
because it's already a challenging
It's
game.
challenging, and there's also a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, but the last time we did play, we used one of the nations. I forget what they
Mhm.
call it, but you can choose nations. So effectively, the white presence on the board is just a white presence on the board. Invaders, I think they're called. But you can play. They actually have released specific countries effectively to kind of give them a little bit more theme. And they do kind of specific things, which can make it harder. And all the things they do, there's usually a list of 6 or 7 things. They're cumulative. So if you decide to increase that to level 6, you're doing everything from 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. So you can make it as hard as you want doing that. So there's also event cards that we haven't played with because some of them are just very confusing to read. So every time I go to play it, I want to play with event cards, but it's been so long since I've played it every time that I reread it. I'm just like, nope, not worrying about that. I just got to remember how to actually play the game. So. Yeah,
So,
number 6.
what was it about the Striking Flint event cards that you kept saying? It was like, that reads like a Spirit
reads like a
Island
Spirit
something.
Island. Yeah, it was just the
Was
headline.
it Spirit?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
The spirits
Okay.
are never like, ow. The spirits are like rolling through the wind on a sunny day or something like that.
Okay.
They're just very long, like poetic names.
Okay.
And there were a couple Striking Flint names that sounded like it, only, more Detroity. So, or Flinty,
Flint.
I suppose. Sorry. But yeah, number 6 for me, Spirit Island. Josh.
Number 6.
To the list.
Absolutely.
This one's probably on your list. This is Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Oof.
which I really like the deck building aspect of this. Using your cards, the way they're played in there, you can use them for movement, you can use them for their action, you can use them for basically currency, I guess, to get the resources that you need sometimes. I really like just the overall feel of the way this works. The worker placement is really neat. We played this, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
It's a really well balanced, and again, you can play it with a lot of different people type of game. Tim does not like it as much.
I only played it once.
We don't like playing it with
Brian is getting cold on it a little bit.
No.
But to your point, the part that you don't like is the tech tracks, because it feels like you have to do that. And I think there is an aspect of that, but all three of us made it up last game to the top and still did other stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just figuring out how to do that most efficiently. Right. I mean, yes, it is part of the game. You have to do. You can't ignore it, but Tim managed to max that out.
Right.
Well,
you and I were
everything
doing
else as well.
you and I were doing the fun thing of discovering new spaces and fighting monsters. Meanwhile, he would then just use those spaces without having to find them or anything, and he just moved up the track and bought just all the end game points, just all of them.
I was surprised that was legal. Yeah, like the way you were explaining it, I was like, how is that not the way to win the game?
Might not have actually been paying for it.
Tim thought the bank was his bank.
But anyway,
surprisingly, I did not have that on your list.
I did. I had 10. I had it at number 10.
There you go. Yeah. So that's.
Are you playing it with the expansions?
Yeah, I only have the leaders. Okay. So we play with the leaders every time, which again, it just offers a little bit of variability and a little bit of kind of unique player power that you have compared to everybody else. That just gives you a little jump start, maybe to a different aspect, which is really neat. So, Lost Ruins of Arnak at number 6. Tim?
Number 6.
He's about to say something real bad here.
This is a title that represents a series.
Okay, I got this one.
You got this one?
Yeah. I have to.
I have 2 potentials.
18. It's not.
I have 3 potentials.
No. It's Cuba Libre.
Oh.
For coin.
Nope.
I thought you just bought these. I thought you just exclusively bought them and didn't play them.
No, I don't play them with you guys because you don't like to play games.
That's good, I guess.
So I picked the one that I have played the most. I think this one I've got 7 plays of. And it's the reason why it has the most plays is it is kind of the intro game of the series, specifically the 4-player versions. But overall, just talking about the series rather than individual games, because probably Cuba Libre, while an interesting time of history for me, it's probably not my favorite out of the titles that I do have. But again, that's the one that I had played the most. But Counterinsurgency and at least how the series started was a 4-player asymmetric factions, and not just like player power asymmetric, but also while you are using the same track, each player is trying to do something completely different. So they have different resources, they have different win conditions, and often not even dealing with the same resources. So all of the factions may have I think they actually call it resources, but it's like money. But then they also have one will have it'll have like bases, or number of areas that have opposition, or your total opposition that you have out there, or your total support. So if you're the faction trying to build support, you're looking for the value of cities that are at full support. Same idea with the opposition. So again, there's a lot of that, a lot of individual tugs of war, but also they figured out a way to quantify that and put it onto a track.
Do you want to learn 4 games so we can play 1 game?
I did.
It's only 4 games. What about Spirit Island, where you got to learn every spirit in order to play that one?
You don't.
That was the only reason why I think I cooled on it, because I was like, I don't know what you can do, and I don't know what you can do, so I don't know what I should do.
Yeah, but it's a cooperative game, so ask. Well, hey man, what you doing this turn? I just solved your problem.
This is a competitive game, and you actually. So that is one of the cool things is every player has the same player rate, and you know what every other faction can do.
Uh-huh.
That's
guy's
one
not a
thing that
reader.
actually,
No,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, there are words on a
Yeah.
page. You do have to.
Give him a graphic novel of that. We'll try one out.
Good point.
Wow.
Okay.
Wowie.
All right. So I could convert it to pictures,
Yeah.
maybe. Wingdings?
Wow.
Would
Oh,
wingdings
definitely
work?
Wingdings would be great.
Definitely
Could you do
use
wingdings? Yeah.
But with that, so the and again, I love them. I keep buying them. I keep
You sure do.
500ing in them,
Yeah.
and the British
do.
way.
As Brian mentioned recently,
yeah.
you might need to find a new game group.
Red Dust Rebellion.
I will say that I will try a coin game.
Yeah.
Why you put 3 of them on your list to play 3 times, I don't know.
Because
But-
I wanted one of them to make it through.
Then you should have put 8 on there, my man. That was the only way that was happening.
Let me take a note.
Yeah.
I don't give ideas.
Yeah, write that down. Yeah, I will play one, preferably a shorter one. I don't want to sit there because I do not expect to like
Dust
it.
Rebellion.
It's
super long.
very it's very similar feels to Root.
Yeah.
Root was compared to it. Root is kind of a light version of it.
Yeah, heavily simplified.
And of my 3 or 4 plays of Root, I've hated all but the one that was basically a solo game, which was the Vagabond. So that game really shows me that they did a great job of all the factions play different, but I found the 3 that I played that weren't Vagabond to be terrible. So
Because
I'll
of
play it.
the interaction and the stepping on others.
Yeah.
I know you don't
Yeah.
like stabbies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with the coin games, I'm very interested. I mean, there's enough of them. Obviously, there's a huge fan base for them. They're good games. I don't think they're games for me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
get
speak for
that.
him, but they're definitely not games for him.
I get that. No.
But yeah, I would try one, but preferably on a shorter one. Like it.
Those are the ones that I put on the list.
Yeah.
That you downvoted.
I didn't want to play them 3 times. I have commitment issues. Playing
so-
those game streets I had is longer than like most. You guys have been married. That's all I'm
Oh
going
my
to take to play.
goodness. So in number 6, I've got Cuba Libre as a representative of coin.
All
Brian,
right.
number 5.
My number 5 has been mentioned before.
Oh.
And that is Food Chain Magnate.
Oh,
So,
one moment, please.
yep. Food Chain Magnate, much like, Tim already talked about it, so we don't get to play it very often. This guy absolutely hates it. It's math. And
It's not that. It's dull, is what it is. I'm so sorry. Carry on.
It is. It looks dull until we both get our Lucky Duck versions, which they
I
did.
I didn't
You
back
didn't do it? Okay, they did a slightly better job of making it dull, less dull. Mine
It's
comes.
not the art that makes me hate it. It's
Oh.
the game. But carry on
Wow.
with why you like it.
But yeah, same reasons as Tim for the most part. I really like the. It's not really deck building, but at the same time, it kind of is, because every worker you pick up, you have to play a different worker to hire them. Then you add them to your deck effectively, but you're not shuffling the deck or anything like that. You have free reign over what you're playing. And I believe this is a quote from the designers. I think they've been attributed to this. I know other podcasts have said it, but they said if you can't lose on the first turn, then what's the point of playing the first turn? So, and I have played games where you can see by turn 3, like, oh yeah, no, what Tim did on turn 1, I should have done that. Because there are certain things that you get, and if you're the first one to get there, they're little achievements that give you little rule breakers for the rest of the game. And if you're the first one to get there, you're the only one that can do that for the rest of the game. So there's a lot of ways you can go. I owned, but did not play the expansion, but I sold all my stuff and I rebought it when they did that new version. So looking forward to getting that. I am going to force him to play it one more time. He's going to be very
No, I'm
sad
not
about
going to
it.
play it.
He
There's
is.
other people that will play it. with you.
100% he's going to play it. We'll record it. He'll be sad. It'll be great. So that was my number, whatever we're on.
That was your 5.
That was my
I
number
believe.
5.
I had it at 7.
Food Chain Magnate.
My number 5 is Grand Austria Hotel.
I am bad at this.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do very well. I'm guessing you did.
I think this one I left off
I
because
thought
of
I
player
did have that on here. I did not.
count. My goodness.
That's fair. It does play better, probably at lower player counts for me at least, because of the snake thing. But the expansion I think introduced a new player.
A new
Order.
way to pass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, Grand Austria Hotel, resource management. It's obviously thematically you are running a hotel, so you're trying to get these guests, you're trying to feed them in your cafe, and then you're going to prepare a room for them, put them in a room, and score points based on how well you did doing that, I guess, basically. You hire staff, you have to, again, balance your resource production between the different beverages and the different pastries and cake, get those in, feed them, make sure you're appeasing the emperor as well when they come to visit. So you have to be. It's basically a feature people mechanic.
Food chain magnate?
Not even close. No. But like Brian said, it does have some issues at higher player counts simply because of how long there is between your turns. Because they do the snake. You know, you would play 1, 2, 3. You would play 4, 5, 6. So there's a long wait time. I love the dice selection mechanic as well. The drafting. I love all of the chaining of combos that you can do. Sometimes you might have a really terrible turn where you just, I'll take a coffee. All right, your turn. But then the next turn, that coffee opens up, you know, putting a person in a room, and then that room closing gives you some money. You can spend that money to go maybe open another. There's just a lot of really cool bonuses that you can get from chaining things. So that's my number 5, Grand Austria Hotel.
I have never played Grand Austria Hotel. Would I like it?
Nope.
Probably not.
Why is that?
You would think
What
it's
do
too
you
easy.
You think it's too easy, and we wouldn't like playing it with you.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
I mean,
What number are we on?
Just being
One?
honest with
Just-
you,
yeah,
man.
sorry, dude.
You know?
Getting,
I asked.
Getting tripled
I
up.
asked.
Getting tripled up is not as fun as tripling someone up.
Yeah.
It's never. You've never experienced that, but it's not a great time.
Okay. Number 5.
Number 5.
I got this one. I
You think?
guarantee it. I don't know.
Oh.
BIOS Megafauna 2nd Edition.
I put
terrible with
I
Tim.
put BIOS game because
Yeah,
I don't even know
yeah,
the name of all of them. Yeah.
And yeah, I have owned all. I've sold one of them, BIOS Genesis. I think you and I played that one. I ended up getting rid of that one, but I've kept the other ones. Megafauna and Origins. Haven't played Origins. Boy, I've looked into it a couple times and it looks a little squirrely. So
There's also like 1,000 pages of errata that gets updated on the fly, and it's annoying.
Welcome to Sierra Madre / Ion Games.
Yeah.
I guess. Living
Yeah,
rule books
everyone loves
for
a
every
living
game.
rule book,
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, and this is one I have not played in a long time. I think 2020.
It's been a while. Since we
2020,
played it,
2021. This is one I think we maybe started getting into during COVID because we were playing it on Tabletop Simulator, which we found to be a little bit easier. Just moving some of the pieces and cards and bits around, but no, this is one. I can't really talk very much about it because I haven't played it.
It's been a long time,
4 or 5 years, but I do remember it has the PAX / BIOS card rows where you're the rivers of how you're collecting. I think they're traits for different. Animals that you are developing, and you're developing them as herbivores and carnivores, and they kind of it's got a, to me, a Euro feel, but with a lot of interaction. So it does have that stabby nature to it, where you do kind of want to box people out. You do want to put them onto a continent piece that is not very useful, or
You're also dealing with the events,
and
that are coming in.
you're dealing with
that
the
could
world trying to
totally
kill
blow
you.
up
Yeah,
the
exactly.
world.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the temperatures going up and down, and that
That was the neat
totally
part for
changes.
me.
I
really like that part.
Yep, that's the stuff I really like it. It's just it was one of those that I think the interaction level was maybe a little high for this group, and we've been playing a lot of games lately the last 5 years. So that's one that's just kind of, because for a while that was my number one, and then that has slowly slid down, but it's still got its toes anchored in that number 5 slot. So number 5, BIOS Megafauna 2nd Edition.
Right. Number 4.
This would be good.
Number 4 for me is Terra Mystica.
Yeah.
Wrong.
/ Age of Innovation. I've played Innovation a few times now. It might take Terra Mystica over, but I've played Terra Mystica several hundred times on the app. So
What number is this? 4?
4.
I had Age of Innovation, number 4.
There you go.
And they're
It's the same-
basically
it's the same game.
And
Age of Innovation is 85% the same game.
I thought with me doing Cuba Libre kind of as that series, that was kind of the intent.
Now I don't like Gaia Project, but that's in space, and I don't like space games.
I mean, other than
Other than
Voidfall
other than the ones that I do.
and-
Yeah, you're right.
Other than
You're
all
right.
the
Zaya
Space Games,
and
Space Empires for Red.
Space Empire.
Yeah. But this was neat because you choose a faction, you have special powers, and everyone's kind of playing the same game, but depending on what faction you're doing and what special actions you have, your strategy has to change quite a bit for it. So this is one where you're building on whatever your faction color is, and you have to terraform. That's the name of the game. You have to change the colors of the other ones by paying certain actions and things like that. So this is one that this is another one kind of like Castles of Burgundy. It was in the top 5, I think, at the time I bought it on BGG. And at the time, I think it was one of the heavier games. One of the first games I played was Mage Knight. So after learning Mage Knight, nothing really seemed that bad. But this was kind of one of the heavier games that I kind of played, and it was another one that I still own the copy that I bought.
It's still a heavy game. You've just played it so many times that it doesn't feel that way to you.
Yeah. But yeah, this was another one that I was just like, this one looks fun, and I picked it up and really enjoyed it. So Age of Innovation, I think, improves on some things. I've been playing a lot of it 2-player with Creed on Board Game Arena. Good implementation on Board Game Arena. I don't think I like it at 2.
But not enough interaction on the
3
board.
or 4, not enough interaction on the board. You're getting in each other's way, which isn't that bad. But also you draft the powers, and we've had it before where 2 of the 3 powers just aren't our play style or not something we like to do.
Gotcha.
But whoever takes the power first, the other person is just kind of forced into that. Whereas in base Terra Mystica, even if you draft the races or the colors or wherever you want to put it, there are, with the expansion, I think there are 20 races, something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, they're the same every time in Terra Mystica and Age of Innovation. They're different because you're drafting more things. So yeah, Age of Innovation improved things. I need to play it more 3+, but I've played one game with my Terra Mystica group that I play the app with. We played one game in person, and it took forever, but I really enjoyed that. So Terra Mystica / Age of Innovation, a Terra Mystica game, or whatever the full title is for.
But not Guy Project.
Not Guy Project.
Or
not
Terra
Guy.
Nova.
I have not played Terra Nova. I don't want to.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
So how long has it been that you've basically had a continuous app game going of Terra Mystica?
Years.
Literally since I met you.
I think
That's
yeah,
what I was
think
thinking.
so.
Yeah.
We've taken breaks before, but we haven't taken. I don't think we've taken a break since COVID started. I think we've had one going. Or if we did, it's because at one point I got a new phone. I had to send everybody, and I switched brands of phones. I went from Android to Apple, so I had to create a whole new thing, get everybody's name again. That was I think the longest break we had was like 4 days to get all that figured out. But otherwise, no, we're constantly in a game. So yeah, that was my number 4. Josh, surprise us.
My number 4. I don't think this will surprise you. This is Great Western Trail.
I am so bad at this for you.
I didn't have that either.
Are you serious?
Again, I think I was
don't know
getting in my
what
own head with
Josh
player
likes.
things. Yeah. Neither does he.
I don't either. You're right. Honestly, this list could have been totally different if I did it a different day.
Did you randomly throw darts
I
at
might
this
have.
wall behind us?
Just throwing at the game. So Great
My
Western
number 1
Trail.
is Calyx Shelf.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
Great Western Trail, again, great deck building, sort of. It's almost more hand management, I think, than anything. But you are building your deck because you're buying new cattle and you're trying to get them around this rondel effectively to do your actions, delivering them to different cities along this railroad in order to score points. So just lots of really cool engine building going on because as you deliver, you're removing some discs and opening up new abilities on your board, making you more efficient. So it's a game of efficiency. It's a game of planning your actions ahead of time, making the most use of those actions when you have the chance to make them. And the theme is, it's cute. I don't know. It's just,
it's cute.
Unique.
It's a unique
It's not
theme.
one you see. Yeah.
Especially when it came out. I mean, it was a very unique theme and setting. Yeah, that's a good point. So with this is another one. Do you have the expansion for this?
Yes, we played the expansion last time that we played a few months ago.
And second edition.
Yes, I do have the second edition, which I do think has improved upon the original.
Okay.
The expansion, I liked it. I don't know if it really needs it necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
It was maybe a little too much.
Really?
Unnecessary stuff that was in there. I think they tried to improve on some of the imbalances of everybody just goes after cowboys and just do that. If you do the cowboys and get cattle, you're probably going to win. Brian?
What's the game about again?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know.
Now, I would be interested in, but have not played. What is it? New Zealand? What are the other ones?
Argentina and New
Argentina,
Zealand.
yeah.
And I haven't played either of them. I don't
Yeah.
know if I need to.
Sure.
I think they're
New Zealand, man. It's
yeah.
got sheep.
It does.
It's got hobbitses too, I think.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little hobbits all over the place. So that is my number 4, Great Western Trail.
Brian, I'm so glad we forced him to do this.
I know.
Because now you and I don't know if you've noticed,
Yeah.
we're like, we know each other's games.
Yes. Yeah.
And
got
we're
nothing
not
to say.
doing so well
Ask
with
me
this
next
guy
week,
over
and
here.
I'll make a new list for you. It'll probably be different.
Oh, boy.
Tim, number 4.
Number 4.
I got to get a couple of Tim's games.
Second spotter on the list, and it is Indonesia.
I thought this was
another
another for number 1 for him.
This was another one that lived at the number 1, number 2 slot for a couple years. You are correct. Probably a little right before I met you guys, actually. And I think Bios Megafauna unseated it. So yeah, this is one. And again, I think we've talked about it, but it is. I don't even know how to explain this.
It's a
And
game.
It's a splatter game. It's an economic based game. Your points are money. It has the defining mechanism about the game for me anyway is the merger mechanic and how.
Sounds terrible.
Oh, it's amazing. And
If you mishear it as murder, it's so much better. So much better.
So it's you have company slots as one of the things that you're managing, and then you can have like a rice company or a spice company or I think there's oil. There another one that you can combine. You can say, okay, hey, I have a slot and I have the ability to merge. I'm going to merge this rice company, mine, and Brian's over there. That is now one company.
It was terrible.
If you have an open slot, you can get in on that bid
I'd love to.
figure out, and I can do that with the intent of I want
Tanking the
to
company?
get rid of it.
Yeah.
I want to get rid
Sounds-
of it,
sounds
and
like
I
a
want to
game you
get a
like.
little bit of money because what I actually wanted was the shipping company that I now have the money to bully everyone out of. So it's that type of
This does sound like a
manipulation of the market.
This does
type
sound like
thing.
a Tim game.
Yeah, it's
For
amazing.
sure.
It is
Absolutely.
absolutely amazing. And you add a little bit an additional complexity in it. There is one of the good types where you take rice, you take spice, and you can combine them into a different type of good, which
Nice.
is
I figured it right.
sayapfaji, I believe is what the name of it is.
Sure.
It's like microwavable dinners. Is what it is.
Nice.
Go figure. That's whatevs. But no, that is and again, it's another one of those games that I have not been able to play. I will say as of late,
Well,
as much.
I'm going to say this. I truly hope that your new game group wants to play it with you.
We have to white fang them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny horse.
Yeah.
So that was number 4, correct?
Yep.
Are we on 4?
That was
I'm
number
sorry,
4.
I'm
You're
traumatized.
doing
Are we
great.
on 4?
You're doing great.
Okay, so 4, Indonesia.
I played that one once with you.
You did.
That was enough. The best part was the comically large wooden bits that they made 100 times too big.
You didn't even see those.
No, we did. We had to use them as multipliers. We had to bust them out.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. It was good.
Try number 3 for you,
Number
sir.
3 for me is Concordia.
Yeah.
No,
No? Really?
I don't think
Concordia is
Nope.
trading in the Mediterranean. I think this might be where the
This
where it
is-
started, the
Yeah.
trade in the Mediterranean. But it's more than just a Mediterranean if you buy more maps. This one of the reasons I like this one, there are a lot of thinky decisions to make in this one, and the rules are 4 pages. Every card that you play is an action, but every card also scores at the end of the game. Another reason this is a great game, the 3 of us can play it. We won't because Josh doesn't like it, and I don't think
tell you
Tim
what in a
likes
second.
it. Yep. But there's a scoreboard, but you don't keep score. You don't do score to the end of the game. So you can be having fun getting doubled up by Tim the whole game and not know it until the end of the game. So that's
Yeah, nothing
it's
says
fun.
deflating like losing by 100 points and not knowing it until the very end.
But it's one with you can. I mean, I've won with only putting out 5 of the 12 trading posts, maybe 13 trading posts. I've won playing all 13, and I've lost with both of those things as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go about playing this one. And this is just one of my favorite ones. I'm a big fan of thinky games with minimal rule sets because they're easy to teach to people, and I can still get enjoyment out of them. So that is Concordia for me.
This was the game that started my dollar short trend. I feel like I'm always a dollar short.
Okay.
In this, like, no matter
that
what
checks
I
out.
do in this game, I'm $1 short,
Yep.
or I'm 1 wheat short, and now I got to spend 3 turns figuring out how to get the
Just
$1.
prefect, bro. Just prefect.
Yeah, I guess, and give you all sorts of stuff. So, no, this is a game I really should like this game, but it's just something about it. It hits me wrong, and I don't know what. But
Fair enough. They came out with the solo mode like 2 or 3 years ago. So
have you played that one yet?
yeah, it's not terrible. It's not the same, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
It's not-
terrible.
it's
I
not the
praise. So
All right.
Concordia, I didn't have it on the list. Absolutely. I mean, as soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah, no, duh.
Yeah.
That absolutely should be there. The player-driven scoring is probably my favorite part of that.
I really
of
like
that one. Other than that, yeah, it's just exchanging this for 5 and then turning around next round and buying one for 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to see that market move around a little bit.
Sure.
I think, what was it? Clans of Caledonia, I think, did that. It kind of moved the market around.
It was also fun.
But it added too many other things, I guess, for me. But all right, cool. Very good. Number 3.
number 3.
My number 3 probably has a little recency bias in it, but it is also a very good game. It's the Castles of Burgundy. No,
No,
I had it at number 1.
really?
I did.
Wow. I didn't think it would be that high on the list.
Okay.
But I think it's a lot of recency because we played it recently a few times
and just got it.
I got my
in.
special edition in,
opened
so I was
up.
excited about it. So, but anyway, Castle Burgundy, we already talked about it, and kind of what Tim was talking about. I really like you're rolling your 2 dice, and those are your actions, and you really have to figure out how to tactically make those dice work. And if you don't have workers, you're kind of just stuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnnies, we call them
Yep.
instead of workers. If you don't have any, you're just kind of stuck, and you have to make the best of a bad situation. And it does feel nice just being showered with points every turn. Oh, move me 17 points for what? You didn't do anything.
Breathing.
Put one thing on the board.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't usually like a lot of the point salad games, but this one it just feels nice, and there's not a ton of interaction necessarily, but boy, I'm really wanting something special on the board, and if you take it, I'm really upset with you. So there is that that I don't know feeling of urgency that is introduced just because competition for things in the middle. So Castles of Burgundy, my number 3.
Prior to playing Tiny Epic Game of Thrones, the action of taking 2 workers was one of, in my opinion, just the worst actions in game. Like, you have to do it. You have to do it. You need workers.
Yep.
But if you have to do that too often in the game, you're giving up so much more. And then when we played that, you know,
What's the comment?
67% of the actions were useless. So, but in this one, that one action,
What's he talking
I don't know why
They
Tim
were
catching
all
strays right now.
catches strays. You get 6 actions on a 6-sided die. 4 of them were
T-Got's
absolutely
taking
10.
strays.
If we had a bottom 10 list, T-Got.
Oh boy, I couldn't make a bottom 10 list. It'd be 400 games.
That would be harder than this. I'll tell you that for free.
All
Oh,
right, Tim, number 3 for you, sir.
Tim.
Number 3.
I gotta have one of these on here.
You haven't gotten any of
I've
it yet?
I've gotten 2.
Oh, okay.
Fulton, you're gonna probably have some trauma here.
Oh, I already got it. I'm going to highlight it. It's this right here.
You want to say it?
No,
you don't want to say it. Hegemony.
Oh no, I
Lead
didn't put
your
that on
class
here.
to victory.
How did you not put that
I
on here?
don't know. This is terrible. All right,
What
tell
you're
us
feeling
about
now is how I feel
Hegemony.
about your list.
I know it's all right. Swing back to how we were talking about coin.
Yep, it makes sense.
4-player,
Yep.
asymmetrical. Except this one's a socioeconomic simulation.
why I
It's
didn't-
perfect.
Why I didn't put this on my guest list for you?
Because you hate it?
Was because I
Mental
blocked
block.
it completely.
Yeah,
out of
mental
my
block.
mind
Mental block was
that
my
we wasted so many hours playing this game
You've only played it
twice.
once and a half.
Well,
Yeah.
the one play I was involved in, it was 4 hours.
It's so long. Anyway, Tim, tell us about
I
why
enjoy
you like
doing
this
my
game.
same
Not why
thing.
we
That's,
actually
that's.
play it.
I don't really need to get into the details, but what you have is you have the 4-player asymmetric socioeconomic simulation where you've got 1 player as the government and then the other 3 players as different classes. You have capitalist, working class, and middle class. And each one is, for the most part, playing their own game, but they're also dancing on each other. and manipulating the markets or the values of goods or the prices of goods. And then, different classes need to purchase from the other one. So if you price your stuff too high, let's say the working class is going to go somewhere else to try to get their goods. But if you're the only game in town and you got a monopoly, you want to spike the prices up. That type of reading the situation, figuring out what other people have to do, and then setting yourself up to be there when they need it. I mean, that's just gaming gold. That's a game.
It is a cool
That's
simulation.
A game.
I will tell you, very cool
not a puzzle.
simulation.
That's not a puzzle. That's a game. I think this came
And
up in our
the player
podcast.
in a 4-player game playing the state doesn't really take
The
part in
government?
the game.
I would have no problem playing the state.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
That's what I played.
Yeah. It'd be
The game just played itself for me.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
You said that multiple games, though.
You're right.
I
I'm
think
sorry
you
for
said the
being
same
right
thing
so
about
often.
Unsettled.
Hmm?
You said the
That's
game
Tim's
just
number
kind
3.
of
Hegemony.
Unsettled. The game just played itself. Well, yeah, because you took the same two actions.
Brian, I am so eager to hear your number 2.
Number
And
2.
It's one of these two.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
right.
it is one of those two.
Yeah.
So number 2 for me is also kind of a series, and that is Hexblade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I had to pick one, Sands of Shurax, I think currently is my favorite. There's no reason I should like this game. I like games have meaty
That's
have
not
meaty,
true.
thinky decisions.
Yeah.
This does not do that.
This has the other thing you like, though.
Okay.
You get to level up and just be awesome.
This game, that's what this game has in spades.
It's Pavlov's dog.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's what this game has. It's fun.
Yeah.
Tim's list, none of that is fun. Does he find it enjoyable? Yeah, because you get to pretend like you're this and you're doing that, and yeah, go Churchill. This one, it's just fun. Every turn, are you doing the same thing over and over again? Yeah, I shouldn't like that. I do. It's fun.
Did I get 7 upgrades? Because if I didn't, this is garbage.
I agree.
I need to change this 3 to a 4.
I mean, they're dry erase markers for a reason.
exactly. I
So
need to make that into a 4. Now
Yeah.
I feel better.
in every game, you have a goal. You're trying to kill a big bad. In the Sands of Shurax, it's effectively the Dune Worm.
Yeah. Like 2 of them, kind of. I mean, it's one of them, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was like super. Yeah,
Actually,
super beefy.
it's kind of a beefy boy.
Yeah.
But it's great player count wise. I played this thing, I think as high as 4. I don't think we've gone 5. I think I played it at 4. I've soloed it. Certain heroes you can't really solo it with, but other ones are fantastic soloing it.
You get a moat. And you
I was going to say, can you?
Everybody gets a moat.
Floromancer?
Yeah. Floromancer,
Yeah.
that's the best thing that came out of Forest of Adramont. I like that one too, but
yeah.
I played the Floromancer so many times. But yeah, again, I shouldn't like this. It's not really a Euro. It's not really an Ameritrash. It's just,
It lights up the part of your brain that says, "Ooh, I got something. Ooh, I got
Yeah, it
something.
does.
Ooh, I got
Absolutely.
something." Yeah.
Ooh,
it
piece
is
of candy.
ooh, a piece of candy, the game.
For 5 hours.
Yeah, they're gonna make 6. 5 should hopefully hit. I think this year still. They're actually ahead of schedule, so hopefully it hits this year. And
that's taking a little bit of a different spin on it, isn't it? It's kind
that
of a
one's
tower
kind of doing a
defense.
tower defense, and there's multiple factions. I'm not sure if you're going to have to pick one. I didn't really read the game found page. It was unnecessary.
Take
I mean,
money.
exactly. Yeah.
Anything that was new, I might have even bought more dice. I don't know why. Between the 4 copies I own, I have plenty of dice.
You don't have to move them
But
from
yeah.
box to box.
No,
That's just
this
ridiculous.
this one again shouldn't like it, but I love
And
it.
this is one that Tim and I both enjoy more
Used to, yeah.
with the story
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
mode, with the campaign books that they came out with.
Yep.
And for me, this one is probably a 10 without the story,
Yeah.
and probably a 5 with the story.
Wow.
It drastically
It's
lowers the amount of fun
Totally,
I'm having.
totally opposite for me.
Because-
I love the choose your own adventure
With
type.
the normal game, it is constant fun, and with the books, it's me listening to you read a story
can
that's
read.
not as good as any of the hundreds of books I ever read.
It slows
If
down.
that's-
I do
if that's
enjoy
fun.
bells. Huh?
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding. If that's fun. But no, if there's a narrative and we get to hear about
Why am
what
I
was
getting
it-
all
what-
these cool things?
Yeah, the
Yeah, but I don't understand how I. Never mind. I can't get into it. I can't get
That's
into it.
Brian's
I can't
number
get into it.
2.
That's my number 2. Josh, what's your number 2?
well, hold up. Before
Nope,
we
nope,
move
nope,
on.
nope, nope, nope,
Well, I just wanted to say the forest
Yeah,
of Adramont. What was it? The
Forest of Adramont.
No, the
Domain
book.
The book?
Yeah, the
I
the
don't
campaign.
remember.
I
The
can't
first
remember.
one was
I can't
Click's
remember.
Adventure.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh,
Click's Madness.
Call of the Ancients?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That one I struggled with.
I like that one more than the first one.
Really? Okay.
Something
little
in
too
between-
sandboxy, and
in
we were like all
between
over.
those two might be better. But yeah, it takes away that ding, ding, ding thing. And I like that. I like dings.
Okay.
apparently.
Yeah. Number 2.
My number 2,
Joshua.
Endeavor: Age of Sail.
On the list.
Back
Not
back
number
up.
2. Not number 2.
I didn't think you'd have it at number 2, but I didn't either until I started ranking the games.
Okay.
Endeavor: Age of Sail is a remake of an older game just called Endeavor. Age of Sail kind of kicked up the production value, and I don't know really why I like this as much as I do. You are effectively just building your engine of resources and then using those to get out on the board and kind of spread out your influence and, I don't know, take over cities, fight each other for cities near the end of the
Fight
game.
each other.
I know.
Fight
That's
each
why I don't
other.
like it. I don't know why I like
This
it, but I like
crazy
it.
talk coming from this guy. Could I interest you in coin?
I like the flow of the game. It's, predictable flow. You get a new building at the beginning of every round, and then you spend your workers in a predictable way, but in kind of a reactive way as well. So it's got that nice mix between area control on the map. That's not quite area control. It's route building almost, but also the Euro playing of building my resources and allocating my workers appropriately at the right time. So I don't know, just a lot of fun stuff going around. These guys aren't quite as excited about it.
No.
This was one that you said you liked it more than you thought you did the last time we played.
We all know what that
The
means.
first time I played it, I
was a while ago.
Well, it was a long time
Yeah.
ago. It was like when we first met. And again, I'm coming off of Indonesia,
Yeah.
like some of my top games. So yeah, it was a little bit of meh.
Yeah.
But no, the last time that we played it, no, that's when I think we need to get into the rotation. I think that's what I said when we played it, was we need to get that
Did you hear
one
that?
into the rotation.
Tim likes a game.
on your list.
now
was
when
on my list.
when you put it on your thing, I'm going to downvote it.
Of course. Of course. Yeah,
Tim
yeah.
games that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 2.
Yeah, I think this is a game.
Yeah. So the problem, Brian, that you have is that you wanted to do the one thing the whole time.
That was fun.
That's like every game.
Yeah.
Every game he's like.
That's why I like
and
Explorers
he's-
so
and that's
much.
what
I can do the thing because it's just that's what it is.
You avoided 70% of the game, and then when you realized that the 30% of the game could only get you so far,
Yeah.
and you didn't want to switch.
You mean like Unsettled?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Unsettled?
But anyway, that's
no.
my number 2, Endeavor.
I'm just saying who came in
Age of
second,
Sail.
and that's what we're playing for after all.
That's true.
Oh,
that's true. He's not wrong.
guy.
He's not wrong about it. Tim, number 2, please.
Number 2, Tim.
Spam a lot.
This has to be on I have to have this one.
Is he changing his list right
So
now?
we were talking about a series
Yep. It's got to be this. It's got to be this. It's got to be this.
of BIOS, and this is the PAX series, and I have PAX Premier 2nd Edition.
I have more pins than my own somehow.
I almost put PAX Premier 1st Edition as well. It's surprisingly different game. More opaque.
What a hipster this guy.
It's
edition.
more opaque. It's
I liked
a little
PAX
bit
Premier
more opaque.
before it was PAX
Before it was
Premier.
cool. Before it had cool. What is that? Burlap board.
map.
But this was a laugh. Come on, man. But no, this is the. Oh my goodness! What's the war there? It's in Afghanistan with Russia and Great Britain vying for, I'll say, almost like a Cold War-ish type.
Yeah.
It's kind of like insurgent-y more than an all-out
Trying to
war.
insert influence without
Yeah,
actually
influence.
warring.
That's a
Yeah.
better way of stating that. And but with this one, again, it's an area control. You don't necessarily have pieces on the board. What you have is alliance with one of those sides, and they have pieces on the board. And it's a game of usually constantly shifting alliances. So in a 5-player game, those 5 players are divvied up amongst the 3. Now they could all be one of the alliances. When that is or one of the factions, when that's the case, only one of those 5 is actually in a winning situation. So then it's up to the other 4 to figure out how to manipulate the game, manipulate those factions, and again those alliances to move it around a little bit. So again, it's the game above the game.
This is a game I should
tend
not
to
like.
No,
at all.
you shouldn't like this
And I
game
like
at
it
all.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
And there are other games in the series that I can't get you to play,
Yeah,
and I don't know why.
yeah. I don't
There's a
know.
lot of other games in the series now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I got several.
of course
I'm
you do.
good.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
So yeah, PAX Premier 2nd edition.
I had PAX game
Something.
on my list. Yeah,
Count it.
yeah.
Porphyriana, I like that one.
I figured it would be that one with they also has the little, looks like erasers made of like ceramic or whatever they are. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Those are
one?
the
They're like
Troops of
pink and
Roads.
green.
Yep, Troops of Roads. Yep.
That's the one I probably would have picked. I didn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
That's Premiere.
That's PAX
Premier.
Premier. Yep.
Okay. I played that one. I think I played Porphyriana as well, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's
Judging from that look.
as you would, not with me. You haven't played that with
Then
me.
I have not played that.
Okay.
No, I don't like anybody else well enough to play that.
All right, Brian, bring it home.
All
Number
right.
one.
Number one. Let's
Do
all
we,
say
do
it
we
together.
guess?
Ladies
Do
and
we
gentlemen,
guess?
I'm just
Do
going
we
to check it
guess?
off now.
Just
before
say
we
it
say
together.
All right.
Yeah, number one.
Are
for
we
me.
saying
Is this a
abbreviation or are we saying the
crossover?
full game?
Huh?
Full name or the abbreviation for the game?
Oh.
Full name / abbreviation. That is 3 Kingdoms Redux, aka TKR. And if Clay at Capstone would ever return my calls, 3 Kingdoms Redux Deluxe or TKRD. But he has
He
blocked
has a
me.
restraining
He
order
has
against you.
he's blocked me. So Tim already talked about this one. I'm not going to go much into it. Again, it's
You
based
probably
off
can
of-
explain it better than I can now.
No, you did great.
Okay.
Like you said, you're putting out your generals who all have their own special ability. Every single general, which is also your worker, they have special abilities that happen throughout the game, depending on who you have. And you're putting them onto the board. There are 12 it's common worker placement spots that all 3 players are fighting over. And then you have fighting spots where you go to war with one another, but you never all 3 fight together, because in the actual history of what had happened is there were shifting alliances the entire time, basically. And the game does a really good job of representing that. You score on 5 or 6 different categories, and you score based on if you're first, second, or third, or if you're solo first, solo second, solo third, or everything like that. So it is a great game. And again, I absolutely love the theme. And yeah, the first time I bought this game without a game group. I was hoping to solo it, even though everything said you can't solo this game, and you can't.
No.
You can't.
No, you can't.
You cannot.
So I was so excited. I took this to the game group, and yeah, I don't get very excited very often in life in general, but with this one, I was just so excited to be playing it. And yeah, I do remember just saying like, oh yeah, this is that guy's son. And one guy has an eye patch. I'm like, yeah, he has an eye patch because he took an arrow to the eye and then he ripped it out and then he ate it. And this is all stuff from the video games. Is it true or even in the books? I have no idea, but it was in the video games. And so the theme and the fact it is a thinky Euro with a theme from a hack and slash video game that I love.
I mean, I don't think the theme is from the video game, but
No, it is.
You know.
It's 100% from the video game. But yeah, this highly recommend. It's hard to find because Clay's a jerk. The Capstone. I see you, Clay.
Because it didn't sell.
It didn't
'Cause it's
sell.
a 3-player
and
only
it's a
game.
3-player only, but I think 3 is probably the best player count for every game
It
out
is. It really
there.
is.
So that really should not dissuade people. But and I have issues with it. There's one action that no one ever takes. The popular support. No reason to take that action.
Yeah.
But there's so many good things about it. It's so fun, and we have gotten it down to we played last time we played. I think we played it in under an
hour and a
hour.
half.
yeah. Oh, the one game
The
we
one game we
did
played in
speed
under
play
an
it
hour.
in an hour.
We were at
Wow.
58 minutes or something like that. But yeah, we were all quite familiar with it, and yeah, that one's just Obviously, I like it. These guys both knew there was going to be a number one or number two. So yeah, that is TKR 3 Kingdoms Redux Deluxe. Maybe Clay, up to you, buddy. Up to you.
With acrylic standees.
Yep.
I think we were talking.
Yeah, if you really want to sell it, throw some plastic at it, but just give me an acrylic option because there's no reason to do anything with minis or anything like that. But, all right, Fulton. Wow us.
Have you figured out what games
both,
you like?
I'm sure you both have this one on your list. This is Aeon's End. Nope. Wow.
Not at 3 players.
Not at 3. I thought you had that at 2.
That's okay, so I guess when I did my list, it was more of a
Wrong.
It's played at 3 players.
Okay.
No, you play with the kids 3-player.
I do play with the kids.
And
3 player.
we've got some
Yeah.
videos online of 3-player.
Yeah. Aeon's End co-op deck building boss battler is the high overview of this. I love the deck building aspect of this. I love finding the combinations of what's in your market at the time. Huge volume of cards available for it at this time, obviously. So you can build that market however you want. You've got unique bosses that all act differently each game, which are going to give you a lot of really cool variability in trying to solve that puzzle of how do I slow this boss down while also dealing damage to the minions and back at the boss, and just trying to cooperate with your other players. Or if you're playing solo, if you're playing two-handed or whatever, that's also a very fun experience for me. I think this is probably my number one in terms of number of plays that I have of any game. So I felt it suitable to put it at number one of my favorite games. I really do like this game. I can play it at any player count and enjoy it. So
Yeah, makes sense.
you like it,
very
you
good.
I do.
tolerate it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't not like it.
Yeah, you
That's
tolerate
the
it.
word tolerate.
We're all saying,
Yeah.
We're all saying the same thing, Tim.
I currently have, I think, just the 4 out. There's like 8 waves at this point. I have 4 of them, I believe, that are still in my collection.
I was going to say, but you've had them, right?
I've had
You've
all of them
and
at some
then
point.
got
Yeah,
rid of
and
them.
then as they've moved on and they've
Right.
upgraded the
Yep.
user interface, basically, and how the bosses work, there's a lot of kind of repeat abilities and things. So I figured, ship those out and just focus on the ones I really like. So
Now, would you put Astro Knights with this as like a?
yeah, I mean,
almost
they're
like a
They're the
series?
same game.
Okay,
basically.
all right.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's my number one, Aeon's End.
Very cool.
Tim, bring it home.
Number one.
Oh boy, I don't even know.
I've only got 3 left on
This
my
is
list. Of
this
games
is
that I haven't
another.
played yet.
This is another series.
Okay,
I might- one
this
might be
right
good.
here.
Kinda.
Right there.
Oh,
Right there.
It's kinda a series.
I have that, but with the kinda, I don't.
I
think
know. I don't know anymore.
Nemesis.
So. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Nemesis. Nemesis Lockdown. Nemesis Retaliation.
And there's another one, right? Coming.
No,
Nemesis
that's the-
Retaliation.
that's
It
Retaliation.
hasn't
Yeah.
shipped yet, but yeah.
So yeah, this is. Thank you, Mr. Fulton, for bringing your copy,
Of course.
and introducing the group to this
I'm so
one.
sorry.
This is a game that was out there that I never got into because I kind of looked at it and said, I don't see me ever playing that with anyone. And I thought it was just a little bit too big just to buy to have on the shelf. So yeah, Fulton grabbed a retail copy a few years ago, several years
And that
ago.
was like a flyer for me. Like I
That's-
didn't think I was going to like it really, but
Yep.
I kept seeing buzz. I'm like, it does look kind of neat. Let's try it.
Right. And we brought it to a 4-player game night and tried it out. And I can't remember if that was the time that Brian went and tried to hide in a corner and I lit a fire under him to get him to move. And that ended up causing the ship to blow up. But
In game.
oopsie.
In game.
Oopsie.
Because I also have thought about hiding in the corner in real life to not have to let it go.
So this is specifically the base game. It is a sci-fi horror theme where
Alien, the board
Aliens,
game.
the board game, or Alien. Yeah, it's Alien,
Yeah.
the board game, isn't it? So you've got instead of the what is it, Nostromo or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
I mean, it's
It's all based on it.
it's
Yeah.
it's that. I mean, you're on basically a space Hulk flying through space. Everyone wakes up. Something's happened. Every character, again, asymmetric. Everyone has a slightly different character, different weapons, different traits. They go along with the character. Different deck of action cards. I know Brian really loves the extensive action card.
I mean, to be
mechanism
fair,
of the,
that's the worst part of it.
it's pretty. It's
not good.
It's fine.
It
that
gets you to
part's
do the stuff you
fine.
need to do.
Exactly. That part's fine. Where this game excels is the narrative driven nature of where it goes. Now it doesn't come with a book, so I know Brian's really disappointed about not having the story to read, but no. So for me, Fulton, I think this is still not super low for you, right? You kind of like this
Oh
one.
no,
right?
that was on. I ended
Was
up
that
with
on
like
your short
15
list?
games.
Okay.
and I was like, okay.
I had it on your list.
This is
for
one
what I thought was going to
I
be.
didn't
your
put it
top
on there
10.
simply because we don't play it a lot.
point.
anymore,
Why don't we
or in the
play?
first place.
I'm
And
feeling-
it was also one that I had anticipated trying to solo at some point. I never got around to it. So I just haven't played it as much
I get
as
that.
I would have liked. And again, I was trying to put on games that I've played more
Yeah.
extensively.
Nope. Yep.
So yeah, I think you guys probably had a lot of games on there that I've played maybe 5 or 6 times, but not a lot.
Okay.
Enough
gotcha.
in my mind to,
Yeah.
to
No, I
warrant
gotcha.
putting it on here. So
Yeah,
And I've soloed this one, and I've soloed Lockdown
Okay.
a couple times. And yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I tend to run 2 characters,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's been a pretty good time. But Brian, what did you want to talk
I don't
through?
want to get into it because I genuinely, I'm sitting here thinking of something nice to say. I can't think of anything I like.
oh no, we're done talking about Nemesis. What would you want to talk about?
Yeah.
for this?
I just want to say, okay, so how did everybody do?
I did terrible.
For myself, I got all 10.
Oh, well done, sir.
Yeah. Josh, I only got 3 of yours.
I only got 3 of Tim's.
I would say,
So-
Josh, for you, I had a dark horse candidate of Wasteland Express Delivery Service. I thought that
Wags.
might be on there. And then the
Yeah.
one I'm pretty shocked was not on your list was TKR. I know you don't like playing it with Tim because the game's already over.
Yes.
But and then I also thought maybe Rococo might pop up. And
that was
one
a short
pretty high.
list. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
That's one that I feel like we only pull it out when we have 5 players anymore.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. 'Cause
It is.
It's a good game at 5,
I
but
think
it's another one that's not ideal at 5.
I think 4 is the ideal for that one because you do need more people to have
Mhm.
the interaction on
Yeah.
the area control of the rooms.
Yeah.
And then Tim, I had 80 your 10, man.
I had 80 your time.
Yeah.
Look
You
at
got
that.
each other peg. The 2 I missed, I put an
I had
18XX
yours.
game.
Yeah.
And then I thought maybe Agamonia. Just because
okay.
we've been kind of getting back
okay.
into that one.
Okay.
And all this,
I had
like,
Agamonia at 13.
Okay.
all
So
these
it was
plays
just
of
outside.
Dune, and you didn't put Dune on there.
It's
I
not
know
good
it's
at
a
3.
2-player game,
And not
but
a
we've
4
been
player.
playing it at 3.
No, it's a 0-player game.
Nah, I mean,
It's
it's
a 0-player game.
it's okay
And same with Mythic
at a
Battles.
3.
I know Mythic Battles.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
another one that's not a
again.
3-player game.
Yeah, I know it's not, but I
Yeah,
thought
I
it
mean,
would.
you
be on his
can
list
play it,
anyway.
but it's. I mean, I'm not playing that at 3. I wouldn't prefer to play that at 3 over any of those.
I hear
10.
you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You said you had 8 of mine.
I had 80 years.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing
What'd you
I had
miss?
Age of Steam on there for him and Clinic on there for him.
Okay.
I
I
had
missed.
too many bones on there,
Okay.
but I've been
Yeah.
hearing from you, like little inklings that maybe that's not as high for you as what I
Not
maybe
necessarily.
thought it was.
As a solo game, it's not my favorite
Okay.
chip theory. As a 3-player game, it's my favorite chip theory. Mainly,
Okay.
mainly because the other one's a solo and the other one's a 2-player.
Okay.
By default, it's my favorite.
Well done.
So yeah, it's I like
But-
that one.
But not. I had it below Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't figure it would have beaten that one. And then the other one I had on here was Clinic.
Mhm.
I thought
Yeah.
Clinic might be on your.
I think
Yeah,
that's another
that's
game that
okay.
Tim's ruined for us.
I mean, that's a accurate but poor way to say it. That's why a lot of my list is co-op.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either way, if Tim loses, we win, and if Tim wins, so do we.
Yeah.
So,
And then Josh, I had 4.
oh, you got me
That's
beat by
pretty good.
1. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm going to be honest. My
Bruges?
list is a little erratic.
Bruges?
Again, I've only played it a few times.
You played it with us 10
Bruges.
times.
No.
Really?
I don't know
No,
how
no,
many.
no.
We've played.
Online?
I bet you I've only played Bruges 5 times.
Okay. All right.
Probably about right. Yeah. I had Age of Steam for him too. I thought that was.
I
a
had Age of
possibility.
Steam.
Which again, I've added a lot of my games were lower interaction, lower.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to play these games with my kids a lot.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a lot of these
yeah.
the boys can play, and
Yeah.
so I think I've played them more. And
Age of Steam Clinic.
Mhm.
Unsettled.
I've only played that game.
I know you've
literally
only- you
3
just
times.
got it.
It's
I
just-
know,
it's
and that-
new,
that's
and
a
I like
different-
what I've seen,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know yet.
That was on
PAX
mine, too.
Premier.
Yeah, that was a close one. I didn't own it. I limited my list of games that I still own.
Oh, see, I went off of anything that I
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
That one probably would have made my list had I owned it.
I
Still.
gotcha.
But that was one like you own it, and I don't think I'll play it with anybody but you
Yeah.
ever again. So
I
I
understand.
shipped that out when somebody was offering me above MSRP for it.
I
So I was like,
gotcha.
all right, cool.
Yeah. How about me? Is there anything?
No, for you, like I said, 18XS and XP.
I'm
yeah,
surprised
what'd
that 18XX wasn't on there somewhere.
I haven't played one since I met you guys.
Yeah, but you
Have you
haven't
played
played
a
a lot
coin
of those
game
since
since you met one of
haven't
us?
played
Yeah.
us.
Oh.
No.
you- All right.
Well,
I know I played Gandhi
Yeah.
at least. Yeah. But no, that's when. Yeah, I sold almost all my
Yeah.
18XX. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Cool.
All right. Well, that is our
That was
first
fun.
top 10.
Yeah.
And that is of recording date of, what is today?
March 21st.
Of 2025.
25, yeah. Years
So-
are fun.
That could change by tomorrow.
Yeah,
sure
For
could.
me, at least. So, like Brian said, we are planning on doing a solo only list as well, and probably a 2-player, like best at 2-player kind of game list at some point in the near future. So stick around and see those lists.
Let
I
us
guess.
know, based on our list, who you want to sit around the table with and why it's me. What? No? Okay. All right.
And not because he's so handsome.
ding,
Um,
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like
ding.
fun games, Tim. I don't want a history lesson with my games.
I need my dopamine.
That's the fun.
Daddy needs his dopamine. So yeah, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.